Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every weekday, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can find all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Want to know what's happening in your city? Get Notify Me messages from the City of Fitchburg. Visit fitchburgwi.gov on your computer or mobile device and select the big Notify Me button on the left. Enter your email and/or phone number, whichever is best for you to get notifications. Scroll down the list and select all the topics you're interested in to receive email or text messages about. You'll be notified every time one of your topics is updated. Sign up for Notify Me, one more way to keep up with your Fitchburg government.
Did you meet everybody?
Just very, very brief.
Okay, great.
Okay, it looks like the video is finally up. And it looks like we do have a quorum, so we can call this meeting to order. This is the Tree Advisory Committee meeting on January 8th, 2026. The time is 4:08. Let's call this meeting to order. The first item we're supposed to look at, I guess, is approval of minutes. That was in the packet. Is there any move to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Oh, good, yep.
Okay, we're approving the minutes. Let's see, public appearances for non-agenda items. Eric, you weren't in that category. Okay, I guess we have nothing in that category. The next item is agenda review. It doesn't say approve agenda, but I assume we do that too. Does anyone want to make a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor of approving the agenda for today, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved. Let's move right into the agenda items. First being the Urban Forest Strategic Management Plan draft. And I guess, Rich, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. Before I share a screen, I want to thank everyone who took their time to read through many pages of a plan, provide comments before we sent it out for public review. So I appreciate that. Pretty much every comment you provided was in there one way or another. And so if you see something that I didn't put in there, it was either I missed it, or when I provided comments on your comments, there would have been reason in there for why we left something the way it was. So if something somehow I goofed up, please don't take any offense. Just let me know again, and we'll address it. But I think I double checked. I hope that's not the case. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking your time. So your time's valuable. The next part, I guess, is just a brief update. Anna was kind enough to get the draft sent over to get posted on the website. I just checked, it's up there.
Yep.
And I believe February 24th feedback until that date. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
didn't
that's
catch
wonderful.
that. What did you say
So
about feedback?
So people providing feedback, comments on the plan, they can do that through February 24th of 2026. I do have a question on, these are to be directed to you in your email inbox. I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
and then I'll forward them to you. I guess we had to
Okay.
do that because of public record or something.
Great. Okay.
So
Because the other, I'm good with that. Hopefully your inbox does not become overloaded,
no, it'll be
or maybe you
fine.
have a good filter.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'll make a folder and then I'll forward them all to you so you've got them all.
Great. All right.
Do you
And
have any kind of a sense for
exactly.
how many, like, what engagement would be good or bad with this? Like, I don't have any sense of how many people we would even like to be seeing and commenting at this stage, if there is a number. Or, I guess in your experience, how engaged or how active are people with this
It
stage?
depends. I think the biggest part for activity is letting people know about it. And so if there's, it's on your Facebook page that this is out, it's on your website, they're semi-passive. I would say the Facebook, it's how often people look at it. If there's one other mechanism, a city list of contacts, if you can get it out that way, or any way you can provide it to people. Just wondering, would it make sense for us to schedule a public meeting sometime in the future?
Sure, we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be better after the public comment period and address comments, or during?
Either way, I mean, the thing is, if we do it during, then people can make a comment, formally, if that makes sense. Like if we do it during that public comment period, if we had the public meeting, then if people were interested, they could jump right on the website and or send me an email right away. It might spur more comments. Otherwise, if we do it after and the comment period's closed, if they want to make a comment, we have to open it back up and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Is probably
I'd
during
rather
and-
get comments before it gets referred out to committees officially. That makes it easier.
Yeah, I agree. I
I,
completely agree.
early part of February is
I'd
good
like
for
to,
me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'd like to request, like
Go ahead.
last time, to have a hard copy. I find it very hard
Sure.
to do detailed
Sure.
anything, on screen.
Sure, I can print another copy for you, Ann.
Thank you.
No problem. Yep, of course.
So, how would the week of February 9th work?
That'd be fine by me.
Okay. And I am flexible any day of the week.
Okay. Let me look at the calendar and make sure we're not conflicting. Like in the past, I need to look and make sure we're not conflicting, like with a mayoral listening session or something of that nature. So let me talk to
Yeah.
FACTv and just see what the big calendar says, because I don't have access to that. So I'll call Jeremy and just be like, hey, Jeremy, we're thinking about the week of February 9th for a public meeting. Is there a night that week that doesn't conflict with council, with committee of the whole, with a mayoral listening session, with some other big city event that we'd be conflicting with? And then we can kind of get it scheduled.
And also the week of February 2nd, I can make any day work that week.
Okay, awesome. All right, I'll throw both of those out to Jeremy and just see what's going on, because the last thing we want to do is end up having this on the same night as some other really important meeting for something else that I'm just not aware of.
Sure. Okay.
We have
That
our
was,
meeting that
thanks for doing that.
we have our meeting that week, so that could be whether it's during that time or back to back or something. Maybe we can
Okay.
make that work.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah. Yep. So that's February 12th.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
Well, maybe we have it during our meeting. I mean, that might work. I don't know. We can kind of think about it, I guess, and get it scheduled. That might work out real slick, actually. But that's a good point, Micah.
If we did that, would we do it in this room or try to do it in the other?
I think we'd ask for council chambers. So the only conflicting might be if there's court that day, which I don't know if there is or there's not. But I can check.
While they're checking that, I have one FACTv question. Our on-air light isn't on. Is that?
Pay no attention to that.
Okay. Just usually on during the meetings, and I wanted to make sure we weren't missing something.
Okay. And is there anything in particular you'd like to talk about with the draft plan?
The only thing that occurred to me that I might like to bring up is the report that I saw didn't have much specifics about the dollar amounts that could be saved. And I did send out a link to a podcast that does give some details about the money that trees can potentially save. And I was wondering if it would make sense to incorporate some of that information.
Sure. Are you getting at like the benefit to cost aspect of the tree population?
Yeah, the podcast said that houses with a tree have an increased value of $7,000 each, and the neighboring properties also have an increase, and the increased property values translates into increased tax revenue. They also mentioned that areas with trees have lower crime rates, but that to me is a little questionable because that could be just a correlation effect and not causation. I think the property value thing is makes a stronger case.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So I'd mentioned to Anna that one thing we can do with the tree population is actually run an iTree assessment. That wasn't part of this scope of work, but I told her we would do it. It'd probably take 2 to 4 hours to get into iTree. That will give a approximate value of the tree population that you can then contrast against what you're spending. And I've got some infographics that talk about the benefits of trees I can put in the report. And I'm very familiar with the work of Jeff Donovan, that he was the person that was on that podcast. And give you a perspective of a lot of the cool things he's done. And as you pointed out, it was actually the question on, it was a canopy in Portland. It was also about gentrification. And so if you add trees, do you make property values high enough where all of a sudden you exclude people from being able to afford a location? And the interesting thing, the take-home message from his work and others is trees don't really gentrify. Actually, when you make buildings more expensive, that's how you gentrify. And vegetation is just a part of it, but it's a small part. But what he did find was certainly by adding canopy in Portland, it was property values do go up about by 7,000, and then whatever their tax rate is. And there's some other studies in Portland years ago that showed their tree population was greater than the cost they're spending on it from just the tax, the valuation of property taxes. The tricky part though is selling the story of like plant trees increases your property values, which increases your taxes.
And this is a sensitive time for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's it.
People don't want an increased tax.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
And then the other interesting thing from the crime rate, Jeff is a phenomenal econometrician, so he controls for all demographics. Like, could there be some correlation? So he controls for other demographics to tease those part out. Like places that have lower income would tend to have higher crime rates. So when you tease those out of the model, truly, trees do reduce crime rate because they tend to make us happier. And I won't go into professor mode, but I could put an infographic that gets at why are trees important, because on average they return about $3 to $4 for every dollar we invest from the studies we know. If that would be helpful, somehow tease that out.
And just in terms of property assessment, it does protect property values. And that maybe that language.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's.
Yeah, yeah. So awesome, incredible point, and I agree with you. Anything else?
Well,
I wish I had an initial. Go ahead.
It looks like the council chambers are free on the 12th, so we could plan on that for now unless something else comes up, and you know, I can just confirm with everyone, you know, in the next few days here.
Okay, well, is there anything else we want to say about the draft of the forestry management plan? I don't.
I wanted to thank I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who looked at it so carefully. I really appreciate all of the comments.
Question for Anna and you guys, would you prefer that I also advertise it at Parks Commission as well, that it's on the website for review? It's up to your
Sure,
discussion.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
And are we on that committee's program agenda next Monday?
So Monday we are on RCC. RCC wanted to hear about this and give some comments. And we can get on, so Park Commission's tonight at 6, so we're not on that agenda. We could get potentially on the February Park Commission agenda, which I think is
February 5th.
February 5th.
It would be nice to have, I would think, some members from the committee there too, our committee there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, so if we, because the thing is, when it gets referred back out, it's nice if all the comments are already incorporated. So when it gets referred back out, like Micah was saying, we don't have a lot of revisions to take care of. It's just more like, yep, it's a little bit less, you know, it's a little bit more just performative rather than like, oh, this is the first time we're seeing it and we have all these comments and this concern and that concern and this, that, the other. So it's kind of nice to go there before the official referral and, you know, so they formally get to see it and formally get to make any kind of comments they might have.
Okay.
Okay, well, if we're done discussing the draft, maybe we should move on to the report from the department.
I just have one more comment. I really like the way it's structured, Rich. A lot of great information and justification for, you know, scientifically evidence-based reasons to move ahead and to protect what we have. So, thank you.
Yeah, and it was, I think it was the comments of some of the technical jargon. It's written for a manager's perspective, but regardless of that, I appreciate the comment. And I did try to work in of, here's a technical thing, like what is a BMP or standard. And so that was a great comment to make it more amenable to lay people, to professionals that work with this in a living. All right.
Thanks. Why don't we
Thanks.
move on, if we're done with that topic, to the report from the department?
I just want to say thank you very much, Rich, for all your work on this. I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, but I appreciate it's a team effort, so thank you.
Yeah, of course. So do you guys have any questions about my report? It's we had a lot going on actually in January or December/January, more than usual.
Slow. Hey, what were you guys doing yesterday on Lacey? There was like a whole, like Lacey by the fire station? Were you taking trees out or something? There was a whole bunch of Fitchburg trucks over there.
I don't think so. I mean, I wasn't in yesterday, but
Yeah, there was a streets project going on. I forget what it is that they were actually doing out there, but I think that would have been the streets department.
Streets, okay.
Yeah.
They were.
yeah.
Not so much tree removal stuff.
Yeah, we took all the trees, the ash trees off that fire station and got them replaced.
Okay.
So I don't think there was any tree work happening out there, but I could be just not quite in the loop.
I could have just.
There was none that was directed by me.
Yeah, there's not to my knowledge.
Okay.
It would have been something I assume was streets department.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I just had a question. Just in
Sure.
terms of the ash trees. So I've been answering questions from neighbors as they come up. Did they get a letter?
Thank you.
Did they get a letter?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, they get a letter, and I've talked to a lot of your neighbors, Linda, about what we're doing, and I've talked to them, many of them, a couple of different times, and we are going to replace all those trees this spring. We do have a budget for that, and it's just unfortunate that the reason we had to take all those trees down was just 100% emerald ash borer. That was it.
Right.
So yeah,
I mean, people
no one's
seem to
happy.
understand that. I think. Have they been pretty receptive to, as you explain it?
Yeah, absolutely. And some of them are like, well, we might as well get something else going. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, I mean, no one's happy about it, but it's kind of just what we have to do.
Well, nobody's happy about the situation, but nobody can control that. So.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And if anyone has questions, feel free to send them my way too. I'm happy to talk with folks. I've met with a few folks on site and talked through a few things. And once they see the galleries, they realize, yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. And we really can't once a tree's infested, we really can't bring it back. Right. It's like, it's just not really within our wheelhouse to do that.
Right. I think they understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next up is announcements. Are there any announcements to be made?
Well, our next meeting is February 12th, and that very well may be our public meeting for this plan. So I'll keep you guys apprised of that as soon as I can get that confirmed.
Okay. All right.
What was that?
Just wondering, any more announcements?
So it's on the Parks Commission agenda for February 5th. And when is it on the RCC agenda?
Monday the 12th, next Monday at 6:30.
Okay.
What's on the agenda on February 5th?
They're going to be looking at the draft of the plan.
Oh, they're going to look.
Is that right?
Yeah, we can do. I mean, we can ask them. Sure. I mean, I don't think it's officially on their agenda yet, but we can ask if they want to see it, and I think they would.
I thought you said something was already on the agenda for RCC, so if it's not looking at the plan, what is the?
No, it is. Yeah. So I'm sorry. So RCC, the plan is on their agenda for RCC, but for Parks Commission, we haven't officially gotten on their agenda. But that's just a matter of me talking to Eric and Christopher Sina and getting them the document to put in the packet. So it shouldn't be an issue.
Oh, not at all.
Okay, any other announcements?
No, just again, do you think it would be good if some of us could be there?
Sure, Linda. I mean, I hate to take your time because I know you're very busy and have a lot going on. But if you're interested to be there, that'd be fine. I mean, there's no issue with that. And they're always interested to hear from you guys. So, yeah, no problem. And I can send you the Zoom for both RCC and Parks Commission. If you want to do it electronically or if you want to come in person, that's fine too. Either way.
I think I could be there. Does anybody else want to be there?
I could probably make Parks.
Okay.
When is the Parks one again? I'm sorry.
6 p.m. on
It's
February
February 5th.
Oh yeah, the times are different. What time is the RCC one?
6:30.
6:30 Monday.
And we are not the first thing on the agenda. They have a speaker that will take about a half an hour, so we probably won't be on until closer to 7.
Okay.
They keep to their schedule, so when you look at their agenda, they do a good job of keeping to their schedule.
Oh
So
yeah, they're very well organized. Okay. All right.
Okay, any other announcements or comments? Or should we wrap it up?
Feels short today, but I don't want to come up with a conversation topic just for the sake of keeping us all here. So.
And like, did everybody bring an umbrella? No, I can't.
All right, well, if there are no more comments, maybe we should adjourn. Have a short meeting for once. Anyone?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I can move to adjourn.
Okay, Mike,
I'll
moved,
second.
and Craig seconds. All in favor of adjourning early at 4:30? Say aye.
Aye.
And
Aye.
nays? Nays. All right, so we've adjourned the meeting at 4:32.
Thank you.